Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Solely Voids, your free-to-play series where we use nothing but Void champions. I'm glad that you're all here. And it was a pretty eventful weekend. It was up to a lot. It actually feels like I haven't recorded in a long time because I really haven't in probably over a week. The last several episodes were essentially pre-recorded, so... And we're going to have a little session here that is also going to be a little bit pre-recorded. I recorded on my phone the 2x Void summoning session from this last weekend. So let's go ahead and see what that all entailed. All right, well, we had 26 of them. I think I decided to do the first 16 solo pops. We start out with a bellower, which is actually kind of big because we hadn't gotten a bellower up to this point. So, not sure how much it'll actually be used, but I know like secret rooms, the faction crypts, even though that faction crypt is already done, gonna be real big for the old account here. And we just start rattling off a few. Centurion, not sure if I'd pulled him or not before, but I think I only have one of him. Then we start just, branch arm. I got bonus. I already have those, so he's probably just going to end up being food. Same with a dented. Some of these void rares I'm actually starting to keep because I'm using them as not just chickens, but books. I'm using them as rare books because I'm starting to just basically run out of the rare books. But we all know I'm not here for the rares. I'm here for the epics and legendary, and we got our first one, and it's a dupe Siler. Would be really nice to have, but two of them would have been nice earlier, but at this point that crypt's already done since we have Mithrala. And then we got a second one, and this is a big one, a basher. Okay, so it's a A1 75% chance of placing a weaken, and then an AoE that increases the cooldown of all skills by 2 turns, and then a 4-hitter at random, 100% block buffs with a good aura. So he's going to be real big for Faction Wars, which isn't done yet, and then Hydra, and then also Arena. So he's going to be a very versatile champion. Putting him right at the top of my list. More branch arms. We've probably at this point had 20 different branch arms, but part of that was a fusion, I guess. A couple different daggers. Again, the rares used to be high impact. Really, the only high impact rare at this point we could get at this now is a second Cold Heart, but even then would not necessarily get used as much as the first. Kurzad, we do need help in the dwarves, so a second Kurzad might be a realistic possibility. Maybe put in a stun set. More dentids, don't need that. And now we're at 10. Only 2 epics, one was a dupe, so that's not so hot, so we just hit all 10 of them. Cagebound, Renegade's good, we'll probably keep that again. That Malbrand, I don't know, but then we hit purple 2 times, Ragnar 3 times. 2 Hawk, and then Baradol. Okay, so Ragnar has an A1 Leech for 2 turns, which is pretty solid. And then a weird, sacrifice ability, HP, and then places a shield and turn meter for 3 turns. And then increase attack on this champion, and a chance to place weaken, and then also has a chance to place and decrease defense. So, looks like he'll be okay. And then has decreases the cooldown of this ability by 1 turn. Pretty weird champion, but we need a lot of help in the dwarfs. We do have some epics. I'm not sure how necessarily good they are. And so, so Ragnar should be pretty helpful. Bit of a weird second ability, so I think I had to read it twice. But then 2 Hawk is huge because then we can really cruise through the faction crypts. Decreases damage taken by 20% when this champion's HP is below 60%. Has an A3 attack 1 enemy, stun, and steal of a turn meter. That's going to be huge of locking somebody down. It books to 4 turns, and then this is a 3-turn AoE, 75% chance of decreased speed, and also an increased speed on this champion for 2 turns, and then heals this champion by 15% of the damage, and then has a 2-hitter with a chance to increase the cooldown. So overall, real big summon session. Those epics are going to be absolutely massive because, with the exception of Shadowkin, the faction crypts that we were able to hit were pretty crucial ones. So let's go ahead and take a peek at that. So in the faction crypts, we needed the most help in orcs, and we have absolutely skyrocketed through that with the addition of Khan, obviously, and then also 2Hawk has gotten us to 48 stars, and we have 8 days, it looks like, to go ahead and cruise on through here. We didn't really have much of the Skinwalker built at the point when we got to here, but we did get to 44, so that's pretty impactful. I'm kind of thinking these crypts are about to be closed. Cross my fingers, but I at least have 5 champions. I have to build some of them up, and I'm in the process of doing that, but these are basically done. So now that leaves Dwarfs. Dwarfs is actually currently open. Again, I don't really have any of the champions built to actually make any impact. I did get Ragnar to 5 stars, but then I really only have the one other 6-star, and this guy's not quite built yet also. So we are going to need to we're just going to have to grind some of these champions up, and we'll probably build a bulwark. He's got a burn. I feel like that's going to be pretty impactful. So yeah, I mean, this is going to take some time. I think we have the tools to likely beat it. I'm a little hesitant to say that. I think I actually might build 2 bulwarks and maybe put one in like a guardian set to try to keep everybody alive. Gonna be close. Shadowkin, we're miles away on Shadowkin. Barbarians, we just cannot beat the final stage 3-star. And then Banner Lords, I pulled 1 shard that I got from Clan Boss after I had recorded that, and I did get a pretty good one. So I think that crypt is going to be done also. It's just going to take a little time to build it up. And where is she at? I think I got her 5-star already. Yeah, I got a Rowan. So I think Rowan actually potentially could be really good. An A1 heal reduction. Okay. If we ever have to fight Amius, that's just another champion to help me out there. And then 3 hits at random, and they all have a 60% chance of stunning, which is actually pretty solid on a 3-turn. We can make that 65% also if we wanted to. And then 1 enemy 4 times, and each of them place a big poison. So, and we booked that down to 3 turns. So I think she's going to be real good. So I think the faction crypts, I don't want to say they're coming to an end. We still have a lot of work to do. But now we're kind of, with the exception of Shadowkin, we are really looking at getting close to finishing. Okay, so Demon Spawn and Undead do have a lot of work to be done. I do have some good rares in Undead that I'm confident might be able to help us. So I do have a Doom Screech. I got a better built one though. It doesn't matter. I have a couple Doom Screeches, and I have the guy who block buffs. I don't know why I can't find them today. Maybe there are. Okay, so here's my better Doom Screech. Still needs to gear him up, but I'm slowly grinding that out. And yeah, I can't find the other guy. He's 5-star. Here we go. He doesn't really look like he's undead to me, but anyway. And then I got a Seducer. He actually, for a rare 5-star, not even fully leveled, actually hits relatively hard. So we'll just keep leveling these guys up slowly but surely, getting 60s, getting masteries. And speaking of masteries, that is the grind I've been on absolutely like crazy. I haven't really done anything but do my dailies and then grind Minotaur. Been grinding Minotaur to try to get my Khan up. Khan's built, he hits pretty hard, especially when he has a shield, so you kind of have to build the team around him. But he clears a lot of the crypts and stuff kind of by himself. Basher, Basher and Two Hawk are both going to be similarly built. Tanky with a lot of accuracy, and then I've been throwing them in to level them up. Since they're so close to 50, I might switch gears and actually generate some food so I can get them to 6-star and then keep grinding them up. But I think I'm going to be on a hard Steam focus. Like, I don't know how much gear I'll even farm over the next week and a half or so. I think I'm just going to try to get as many 60s as I can and as many crypts as I can, and I want to try to finish this thing out fast. Because I think now that after this summon session, I think I have the tools, is really what it comes down to. Okay, one last thing, kind of just an update. We have been gone for about a week and just kind of had some special videos. So Ramontu, we're still on this affinity bonus thing. We just need one more. We're at stage 9 for HP. To get stage 9 is what I meant to say. And so we're closing in on that. It just takes time. But then here we're actually making good progress. I think a lot of these I can do. 14, I'm not sure if I'm doing 14. I'm pretty confident. I think I am doing higher than 14. This one will be tough, and so will this one. But I mean, we're looking at all this. I'm not seeing, with the exception of the Fire Knight Hard 5, nothing's stopping us so far, and from what I'm reading this. So I think we're gonna get through. I can do stage 7. It won't be 100%. Realistically, right here is our barrier, and that's almost at the end. Stage 7 Fire Knight Hard. So we're gonna keep plugging away at that, but in the meantime, we are looking at days, if not weeks, of grinding food and grinding mastery. So that's gonna be a blast. But hey, really appreciate everybody stopping in. If you haven't already, take the time to click like down below and subscribe and comment, even though it was last weekend, what did you get on your 2x Void summoning session? Especially if you're Voids only, I would love to hear. But even if you're not, I wouldn't mind hearing. Also, hopefully you didn't mind just a bit of an update today and not as much gameplay. But don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you on the other side.